Hello and welcome to this month's edition of What's Cooking Rutland. I'm Bethany Yon. I'm a nutritionist at the Vermont Department of Health and part of Rutland's Nutrition Coalition that brings you this show each month. And here we are in March, not quite sure winter, while it's flying by, it's not flying by. And March is, hopefully you all remember this isn't a quiz, National Nutrition Month. So that means Donna Hunt is back in the kitchen with me. I'm so excited, and there's this goofy picture of us from probably a year ago up on the screen behind us from when we've done this show.
We haven't changed a whole lot.
Well, yeah, short hair, long hair, other than that, which is all the same. So yeah, March is National Nutrition Month, and as you know, Donna Hunt is a registered dietitian at the
Rutland Region Diabetes and Endocrinology Center.
Awesome. So we are celebrating the Donna Hunts in this world this month with National Nutrition Month.
All of the dietitians out there.
Exactly. So hello to all of our dietitian friends. So this month is really about you, as well as then a lovely opportunity to talk about what we often do, but really for what last month we didn't. It was chocolate last month with Valentine's Day in February. So we're back on track with healthier eating this time around. And because this is a winter that just doesn't seem to want to end, we are going to pretend we are going to the tropics, and we're going to take our kitchens and our taste buds to the tropics, and we are going to think tropical. And so we have several different recipes. So we usually work on vegetables, lots of fruits. So we're going to celebrate citrus today, pineapple, coconut. We've got mangoes and limes and avocados, lots of really, really fun things. So we have a citrus chicken quinoa salad. So we're going to start with that. I'm going to divide and conquer. And then we have another orange avocado salad that has a lime scallion dressing, so something a little different, but really easy to do. And then I think I'm most excited about what we're going to do last, and that are these coconut pancakes. So I've done lots of pancakes on these shows over the years, but coconut pancakes are going to be a first with a tropical fruit salad. So you can see we have this beautiful pineapple up here that I'm not a pro at, but Donna knows how to cut pineapple, right? I think you do. I think you've cut pineapple for me in the past.
We can do it.
So we're going to cut that up and turn that into a pineapple, mango, banana salad to go along top of those pancakes. So there we have it. That's the lineup.
We got a lot to do.
We have a lot to do. We have a lot of fruit to cut and peel and such. So Donna's going to start working on the dressing, and she's, working those limes. She's going to use a reamer. I'm going to come over here, chop a little garlic. I've already taken, it's about a pound of chicken breast here that I've cut into 1-inch cubes, and I wanted to do that ahead of time just from a food safety perspective. I wanted my hands clean, the board cleaned and sanitized so that I'm not messing things up and really thinking about that separation from a food safety perspective. So instead I've got a couple, we've got some olive oil in a pan, and we've got some beautiful local garlic that's like ginormous. Look at this, it like fits barely in the palm of your hand.
Nice.
So fun. And so the recipe, while it calls for 2 cloves of garlic, this particular piece of garlic is probably the equivalent of at least 3 cloves. So we're just gonna whomp it here, pound it with that knife to pull the peels right off. I think everybody knows that trick. And then just give it a little bit of chop. I don't know. I know a lot of recipes call for minced garlic, but I like to find my garlic in what I'm making. And because we're going to be cooking this with chicken, we don't need to have it super fine, but we'll give it a little bit of a chop here. But I'm going to turn on.
And this one lime was just short of 1/4 of a cup, and I personally love things sort of limey.
Exactly. So doing some more.
Do a little on the heavier than on the lighter side.
I have already cooked up some quinoa. This was leftovers from my dinner the other night. So, quinoa is a nice high protein grain. So this quinoa, while I'm waiting for that olive oil to heat up, I'm just gonna dump into this bowl, because basically that's where everything's gonna go. So we're gonna start with the quinoa here. And because this is this really is ultimately gonna be a dump and stir kind of recipe, we just have a lot of ingredients to get ready to be able to dump in. I can just put it right into the serving bowl because it's gonna work really well. I'm gonna just move that out of my workspace and toss in the chicken and the garlic. Rid of the container.
And I'm working on the cilantro over here, which is such a wonderful herb that either people love or hate.
I know. I don't know anything about like why that is. Why for some
Well, it
people
has a
that
soapy
thing happens.
Yep. And it is, I think it's a little bit of an acquired taste.
Okay.
It has, to me, just such a fresh, clean taste. Any of the cilantro and citrus together, to me, is just really fresh and clean. And
so Donna, I will tell you,
I
I was a little heavy on the 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here, and I'm just gonna, my excuse is gonna be that this isn't a non-stick pan. So I wanted to move it around, but I'm giving this a good stir so that I'm really coating the chicken well with that olive oil and that garlic. I'm just gonna toss it around until this is cooked. You're working on dressing. Other pieces that are going to get added to this are a couple of oranges and an avocado. And we have a whole variety of oranges here. So I've left labels on some of them, but otherwise it could be a mystery. There are caracaras, there are navels, there are blood oranges in there, miniolas, which is kind of sort of a tangerine mixture. Ooh, that's a blood orange.
That would be a blood
Oh, isn't
orange.
that beautiful?
I'm going to save that for our
them.
citrus salad.
Okay.
That is just
I think
so,
I brought a lot because
navel.
I love blood oranges. They just have such a beautiful color. And I don't think we can get them all year. Somehow I have a memory that they're only a certain time of year that they're more accessible.
Well. So this is a little lime juice, a little orange juice. And I love using a reamer because you get a little more of the pulp in there, a little more of the fiber. Just 1 tablespoon of orange juice.
And that's the nice thing about the reamer is then we're just using some fresh orange juice. And you don't need to toss the rest of that orange away. It becomes a nice little snack, even if it doesn't have all of the juices in it, but all that good fiber is still there.
And a tablespoon of olive oil. And a tablespoon of honey. Ooh, this looks like nice local honey.
It is. I think the avocados are in pretty good shape in terms of being ripe. They sat in a bowl with, we talked about this last month, oranges and bananas. So it really helps speed up the ripening, and same with the mangoes. So things should be in good shape when we get there.
Ooh, this is going to be a yummy dressing.
Chicken is one of these things you really want it to be thoroughly cooked. This isn't anything that you eat medium rare. So there's still some pink in the middle.
And the cilantro, you can either do really fine or a little on the not as fine side. I personally like it sort of like how you like your
In bigger pieces,
garlic.
Getting there. I think it needs about another minute and then we'll be good. Oh, that looks beautiful. Yay.
1 little cilantro piece hanging on there.
Super. And so maybe you could peel and segment a couple of oranges. And then I think this is going to be close.
Segments.
I know, segments.
Okay.
So pull it into pieces.
You know what I'm going to do?
Oh, that'll work well.
Is
I'm going to check one more piece of this chicken, and I think this is looking pretty good to me. Yeah, it is. So, I know it smells so good, doesn't it? So yeah, everything's just going to get dumped right into this one bowl. So,
oh my gosh, you come up with the best recipes.
it's so much fun to go searching. And honestly, the other piece of, the winter time of year, and while I like to play outside in the winter so I don't feel like I have cabin fever, but I feel like my kitchen has cabin fever. I'm kind of sort of doing the same old winter recipes over and over again. So I'm just really excited to try some new things to kind of keep summer going. So I'm just going to pour this chicken with that garlic as well as some of the olive oil right in with the quinoa. The oranges are tossed in here. I really didn't talk much about that last month, so say more about what makes avocados so magical.
They are high in all sorts of wonderful vitamins and minerals, including potassium. And they have a fair amount of carbohydrate, but it's mostly all from fiber.
Oh, I guess I hadn't even really thought about
Yes.
carbohydrate in avocados. See,
Yes.
this is why I have dietitians on
So
this show,
there's
and why
lots-
we're celebrating dietitians during National Nutrition Month, because you know way more about this stuff than I do.
So there's lots of fiber, which is so good for us in so many ways. It slows down the digestion of food through the stomach, so we feel fuller for longer. It feeds our good healthy bacteria in our colon.
Okay.
So that is certainly good for many different reasons.
So we're going to be doing these avocados in some different ways. So this was kind of, you saw me just scoring it and then just kind of sort of removing the peel off the back. With the next salad we're going to make, we're actually going to slice it a little differently. So you get to be creative. I get to do just the standard. And this is nice. It's just popping
That's
right
a
off so well.
Beautiful avocado. So picking avocados, want them to be just slightly firm to the touch. And if they are real firm, then just as you said, putting them with some bananas and they just ripen right up.
Really well.
But the other thing that they are high in, besides fiber and vitamin A and potassium, is also monounsaturated fats.
And monounsaturated fat, so we were
Is
cooking with
the
olive oil.
kind of fat that you do want to have.
Right.
I'll do a blood.
I know, they're
How's
so
that
beautiful.
sound?
I know, they're so beautiful. See, I'm just going to slide this over while Donna does that. And yeah, it really is. You could season this with a little bit of salt if you wanted to. I think that there's so many beautiful flavors in here that no salt is really required. If you want a more smoky flavor, you could add some smoked paprika to it, but I'm kind of thinking of keeping that citrusy. Oh, so
blood
pretty.
orange is just
really, really
popping
pretty.
right
Just
out
a
in
beautiful
there.
color. Oh, this looks good. I'm really excited.
This looks fabulous. And quinoa is a grain that, it's actually a seed, but it's used as a grain that's a little bit higher in protein than most grains are.
Oh, this looks great. And so for me, if I'm serving this, I'm probably going to put just a little bit of the dressing on, and you can see the WIC code up there for WIC families, a second nutrition education activity. Call your office. Hopefully you want to try one of these recipes and keep your foods going for another 3 months or so. I'm just going to put a little bit of dressing on here just because I want to have that cilantro, but I'm really thinking, because while I love dressing, I don't like a lot of dressing, and I think that there are so many great flavors in here that it'll be on the side, and then folks can add some more if they really want to have a, limier, more cilantro kind of taste going on. So just stir that up, tuck this in the middle, and Donna has moved on to
the Orange Avocado Salad with a lime dressing. So again, lime and cilantro. And this is going to be a pretty plated salad.
So again, and this one is fun to just mix up the kinds of oranges that you're using. So I think a lot of people kind of get into a navel orange rut, and that's all that they do. But it's just really fun to try a bunch of different ones. So I'm going to just kind of line up. We've got a cara. I think this is...
So caras are sort of this color? Was that a cara?
Yeah, I think so. A little darker.
So we've got the lime juice of 1 whole lime, 4 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of cilantro that I already added in there. So there's 1.
Yeah, and because this is a plated salad, as Donna said, while we sectioned for the quinoa salad, for this one we're going to do some slices. Sea salt.
Let's see.
Voila.
Let me select someplace. And is this one of those? There we go. And
Ooh, yeah, here's another blood
thing.
orange.
Oh, and the scallions.
Scallions, yeah, lots of scallions that have been washed.
So, how many scallions does it want? Just one scallion.
One or two, yeah.
Want me to throw two in?
Sure, throw two in.
Okay. And that's another one of those things that we think of white things like onions and cauliflower and iceberg lettuce and things like that is not having a whole lot of nutritional value.
Right, there's the eat the rainbow.
But white is not a bad thing when it comes to vegetables. It still has important phytonutrients in them, and onions have a lot, the onion family has a lot of good.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially the onion
Phytonutrients.
family. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Ooh, isn't this fun? Slicing oranges.
Okay, so I've got these scallions, the cilantro, the lime juice, the olive oil, and the sea salts.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
So this is a little more olive oil than the other one that we did in proportion to the juice. I just want to make sure we get every
Oh,
little
this is really fun. So I'm
bit.
loving the different colors of oranges that I have in front of me. I think you can see that really well. So this Cara is lighter in, I think that was, now I'm confused. Which one was which? Other than we know the ones in the middle here, these are definitely the blood
That's the blood.
oranges for sure.
I think the navel is on the right and the Cara is on the left.
Oh, yes, so
Yeah.
thank you. So navel orange over here, this much lighter color, and then we have more of a peachy kind of color here on this side. So layering this up into a salad onto a platter is just going to be really pretty with all those different colors. So let's,
Oh, now this time I get to play with the avocado?
you do, and so slices as opposed to cubes.
So like long wedges?
Yeah, long wedges, exactly. The blood oranges don't stay well together, but I think I'm just going to scatter the blood orange segments because when I've worked with blood oranges in the past, that's kind of what I find. They don't necessarily stay together.
I think this guy might be a little riper
Is that a
than
little-
the other guy. That
Is he not going to slice well?
he might not come off quite as...
So the slices are just going to kind of sort of be added in and around the oranges. If it was super firm, then we could actually do some little layers. So I think about a citrus version of a tomato basil mozzarella salad where you have a tomato mozzarella basil that you could actually layer them up. We'll see if we're so sophisticated. Making things beautiful is not my strength. I'm going to let you do this because this is outside of my comfort zone.
Oh, jeez. We'll just sort of...
Oh, the navel sliced beautifully. Oh, that looks great.
And what did I do with my other half? There's
Right there.
My other half.
Whoops.
Sorry.
All right, I'm gonna remove.
I know some people
this
that just
bucket of
eat an
peels.
avocado just right out of the skin.
Yeah, love avocado.
And it is so good for us. It's great on toast, like avocado toast.
Avocado toast. One of my favorite go-to lunches is with tuna fish. So instead of mayonnaise, it's avocado.
Same with egg
Lots of
salad.
vegetables. Yep, it's just great in all of those things. Ooh, this is
salad
really
with
pretty.
avocado.
So that's really kind of, and then we're just gonna drizzle
the
dressing on top, right? And if you want to, you could garnish it with some additional scallions and cilantro. But I'm going to come over to you so that it's easier for you to drizzle.
Oh, and this is a great bring out the summer in the winter.
Exactly. I know
with
that
having
is
all
exactly
the,
where my brain was
the
going.
oranges So wonderfully in season this time of year.
Yeah, and such a nice
And-
variety,
yep.
which is really fun.
And also would be a great summertime
Yep.
salad
It
as
would
well.
be. Oh my gosh. So yes, this is great, and you could do more garnishing here if you want with some scallions. Donna's going to work on the fruit salad while I throw together some pancakes.
Okay, we've got a mango, pineapple, banana, and maple syrup.
Yeah,
Oh,
super
baby.
simple. Super simple, super simple. I've got, so kind of sort of the classic thing with pancakes, a large bowl for dry ingredients, another bowl for wet ingredients. They'll get mixed together and thrown onto a griddle. So what's nice about this recipe is it's whole wheat flour. So all
Yum.
whole wheat flour. So it's going to be 2.5
Excellent.
cups of whole wheat flour.
Mangoes, another thing that is so delicious for us. And
Yeah, say more.
so frequently people are just nervous. They just don't know what to do with a mango. And they are a beautiful tree. My stepson years ago was living in Nicaragua, and we went down, he was teaching down there, and we went to visit him, and there are mango trees all over the place. Mango trees and
Really?
avocado trees.
Oh my gosh.
And just the kids just are picking them and eating them like how we pick and eat apples.
Oh.
And how they ate them, they peeled them like a banana and just ate it.
I didn't even know that that was even possible with a mango.
Yeah, they would start and they would just like bite it, and then these are little kids out in the fields, and then just peel it down and just eat it like a banana.
Fun.
Yeah.
So magic ingredient going in here. So we've got the 2.5 cups of whole wheat flour, and now I'm adding a cup of unsweetened shredded coconut. This can be a little hard to find because most of the coconut that you find in the store is indeed sweetened. So you have to look a little harder. I might have found this at one of the co-ops that it's an unsweetened shredded, but you're gonna have to look because the typical stuff is sweetened, and we don't need to do that. And then just the standard pancake kind of ingredients, some baking powder and baking soda, and then some spices, some nutmeg and allspice, just to do something a little different.
So as you can see, this avocado has a pit in it. Sort of not really a core,
I always
and
kind
not
of find
really
it
actually
hard
a
to work
pit.
around that pit.
It's sort of a funny. Now, an unripe mango can almost have a turpentine kind of a taste to it. Not that
Ooh.
I have ever tasted turpentine, but it's what you would imagine it. I guess it smells. And it is not very pleasant. So definitely want to get a mango that is softer to the touch, not too firm. And if it is real firm, ripen it up.
Ripen it up. So my favorite tool here is just to whisk together all the dry ingredients so I can see the coconut working in there really nicely. Set that aside, and then we're gonna add a can of, so more coconut happening here. So a can of a light unsweetened coconut milk. And then about, what does it say, a cup and a half, a cup and a quarter of some warm water.
And one thing about coconut, had been quite a bit of hype in the past about how wonderful
I
coconut
know.
fat was for us.
Yeah, and I know.
And it was really quite a bit of hype. There are possibly some brain benefits with it. The jury is a little bit out on that, but it definitely is not good for our heart.
No,
it is a
it's
highly
not.
saturated fat.
The coconut oil, yeah. And right, so it's kind of sort of, I think the message should be now that coconut oil is good for your skin, and that's where you
have
want
it in the
use
shower. That's right.
That's where it goes. And then-
On you, not in you.
Yes, exactly.
So unlike the coconut milk, you can get the lower fat coconut milk.
So I just add my liquid to my dry. This is gonna make a lot of pancakes. We will be, and just stir this so it's pourable. I've just heated up the skillet. And then Donna's gonna tackle a pineapple.
Pineapple. We cut the head off the pineapple.
Gonna move some of these things around.
And then I usually quarter it to core it. You can, some grocery stores sometimes have those coring kind of machines.
Yeah, that they're ready to go. Oops. So I need to rescue. I'm going to do the skillet test here, which is a little bit of water, and if it dances, it's ready, which it did very nicely. And so then, whoops, this is thickened up, but I think I'm going to just give it a whirl. About 1/4 cup of the batter onto the skillet, and spread it out a little bit because you don't want it to be too thick.
And I'm thinking in the past when I have done this, I haven't done a pineapple in a long time. I've usually taken the outside skin off first before cutting it into quarters. Makes it a little bit
really
easier.
Good. So we're going to let these pancakes cook up, and I think as everybody knows, it's like a couple of minutes or so. The tops are going to get bubbly, and then they're ready, and you see the edges firm up, and then they're ready to turn, and then cook for about another minute on the other side. We'll put these on a plate, and then we'll have this beautiful tropical fruit. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous.
And a banana.
A banana. There you go, my friend. And a little maple syrup, because that is an important thing in March in Vermont, maple syrup season. So just let these cook up just a little bit more. They're starting to get bubbly. So tropical foods, this is exciting, you know? It's a great way to, you know, just explore a bunch of different tastes. So if some of these things are foods that you haven't had before, just to try something new, get out of the winter kitchen doldrums, which is what I'm currently suffering from, and pretty excited about these. I don't think these are quite, almost.
And great stuff for kids to be exposed to some of these different fruits and flavors, and you know, maybe learning about where do these
things come from
and how they're grown and nutritional value of them. Definitely variety is one of those
fabulous
most important things with our nutrition.
So we're going to toss that in, give it a stir. These pancakes will come off in just a minute.
And
just drizzle a little maple syrup. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, Donna Hunt, you did not measure that maple syrup. Oh my goodness, you were caught.
I didn't.
She's been
I was caught.
Busted there. So this beautiful fruit salad, we're going to throw a couple pancakes on a plate. And
we made a mess.
I know. I feel like we kind of have citrus stuff everywhere. So just throw a couple of these on a plate. Put a little bit of fruit on top. And of course, some maple syrup is going to need to be added to these as well. And this is just, you know, this is what your kitchen needs. If my kitchen needs it, your needs it as well. This March, we just need some tropical taste. And boy, do we have it for you with all of the salads and these pancakes. So happy National Nutrition Month. Give your favorite dietitian a hug, and we'll see you next month. Yum!
Can't wait to try this.
Yay!